Now tell me again why I thought it was a good idea to weigh myself for everybody.
Welcome to Sprinkled with Sparkle. I'm Christina. Well, it's Monday here, and though this video is actually being posted on Tuesday, Mondays are when I weigh myself. And so I wanted to begin my journey with you in rebooting this weight loss by finding out where I am today. Now, I've got to admit, I'm a little bit nervous about this. I don't know why, but for some reason, whatever I have weighed has always been something I've kept to myself. It's not even something I typically share with my best friends. We always say an around about number, never really exactly what we weigh. But today, you're gonna see what I weighed when I got on those scales to the ounce, and then what is gonna happen as we go along on this journey. Now, I will tell you that how I began this journey was actually long before May 4th. I had begun to implement a keto kind of lifestyle. By the way, happy National Keto Day. And in keto, I did have some success on it, though I did not find it restrictive enough. And this is gonna seem a little strange, but one of the problems that I've had with diets or ways of eating in the past was the amount that they actually left up to you to decide, whether it be Weight Watchers, where you have choices about what you eat and how many points that you are going to use for certain things. I find that for me doesn't work. And I do want to tell you that everything I'm going to tell you today are just things that I found worked for me. I'm not a doctor. I don't profess to know exactly the scientific, physiological things that happen to your body during different diets. What I do know is that I think that there is a way of eating for everyone, and everyone is different. So you have to find what works for you. And I do best with a way of eating that is very restrictive. And so I found myself gravitating toward carnivore because I was going to be very limited in my choices. Now, for a lot of people, that's going to be a very boring way of eating. They're going to get tired of just having animal products. And mine is even further restricted because I have found during the process of this 5 to 7 months that I end up with a lot of inflammation if I include dairy products. So I have just eliminated those completely. And basically, my diet revolves around beef. I do what is more known as the Daniel form of carnivore, which is just meat, salt, and water. Although I do add butter because when I don't eat ribeyes, I find it's very difficult to eat enough of another cut of meat to get the fat that I need to offset the amount of protein that I'm eating, and to keep me satiated for a long enough period of time that I can do what the second part of what I have done entails, which is OMAD. Now, many of you are familiar with fasting. There's many different ways to fast. Some people do it for 12 and 12. Some people fast for 16 hours and eat within an 8-hour window. I eat one meal a day. So it's got to be a very calorie dense and nutritionally dense meal. And I try to eat it within a 1-hour window, sometime in the evening between 5 and 7. Now, what times work for you? What way fasting works for you? Some people can never do OMAD. They have trouble just eating one meal a day. See, something that you must know over this last 2 months when I have kind of not exactly followed a carnivore diet, what I have continued to do is OMAD. So whatever I'm going to eat for the day, I typically still eat within a 1-hour window. I've just not been picky about what I've been eating through the holidays. Staying on that scale for me works. And it is frustrating, and it can be sort of disheartening when you see a bump up in the scale. But because I set out with the idea on May 4th when I started this, that I was going to extend myself grace, that there were going to be times when I wanted to make a choice to eat something that was outside of either the kinds of food or the time frame when I normally would eat. And I wanted to be okay with that, because I think we can beat ourselves up so badly sometimes when we cheat, so to speak. There's no cheating. This is a way of eating. If I'm going to sustain it my entire life, it may be difficult for me to say I'm never going to have anything outside of those beef, water, and salt again for the rest of my life. And as a matter of fact, when I reach my goal, I really don't know that I won't want to begin to include other foods and maybe go back more to a keto lifestyle, but keeping that OMAD in place, because I do think that that has significantly helped over 2 months of eating pretty much whatever I wanted to eat to only have about 4.5 pound weight gain. I'm okay with that. I really am. I don't like to see scales going up, but it is what it is through the holidays. And that's why we're here to start this reboot. You're here to keep me accountable for what I'm doing. It is going to be nice to have somebody that I have to answer to. For me, that works. And I haven't gone into any specifics today about how this way of eating has worked for me, and I will do that in later videos. I just wanted to let you know that where I started, May 4th of 2020, was right around the 225 pound mark. So you can see that I'm down now to about 156 pounds. So we're right at 69 pounds, 70 pounds. And, you know, I'm really pleased with the amount of time and the holidays in between, how things are going, and we'll see how they go from here. So for better or worse, that's where I'm starting in the reboot process. I have my weight, my current measurements. I have a plan in place based on what I know has already been working for me. And what I want to know is if you have chosen a different way of eating, no matter what it is, let me know where you're starting from if you want to. Share with us your journey as well. Let's be a community of support to one another. Now, keep in mind, I have done not one little bit of exercising beyond some walking while I have been doing this way of eating. And I would not recommend that. For most people, I would recommend that you tandemly go at whatever weight you're trying to lose with your eating and your exercise. However, for me, I needed to get myself to the place where I was eating what I should before I added in something else. I don't know about any of you, but oftentimes I try to change so much about what I'm doing that I end up not being successful because I feel overwhelmed by all the change. I know I'm not a person who does very well with change. So I try to accommodate that by saying, I want to get within 25 pounds of my goal weight, and then I will begin adding in a form of exercise. And I had in my mind the entire time, and still do, that will probably be weight training. I'm not a huge fan of cardio. I'm probably never going to go to CrossFit. Look, here's the truth of it, okay? I don't like to sweat. I've never been an exerciser. I don't find it fun to do things that are physically exhausting, that exert a tremendous amount of energy. I am by nature a pretty lazy person. If it's not an exercise that I can do from the couch while I watch TV, I probably haven't been interested in it. And yes, I realize that's probably why I had gotten up to 225 pounds. Let me also say that is not the highest weight that I have been in my adult life. It is the highest weight I have been in the last decade. I am right now the smallest weight that I have been since high school. However, the makeup of your body is so much different at 47 than it is at 25 or 35 that losing weight looks very different on your body. And I was not really prepared for that. So one of the things that I'm really hoping I can take away from this entire process is, what can you really do to transform your body? What is your body really capable of doing? I've got some ideas for some people I want to bring in to kind of help me figure that out. And, I'm just taking this next year to hopefully get off the rest of the weight that I have to go, add in some exercise, begin to see what I can really do with my body. And as we go along over the next couple of videos that I post about diet and exercise, and I want to get away from calling it diet. I want to call it a way of eating, because I think diet can seem a little overly restrictive on top of how restricted my way of eating actually is. So I know I didn't give you a lot of specifics on OMAD, a lot of specifics on carnivore, but we'll do that in upcoming videos. And that usually will be on Tuesdays. So if you're interested in losing weight, getting in shape, seeing how much you can transform your body, just finding out what I can do at 47, is it too late? I don't know. Come with me, let's find out. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell so you'll be notified every time I put up a new video. We've got a lot of more topics, not just health and fitness on Tuesdays. I'd like you to follow me on my journey. I want to know, let me know in the comments, are you on a weight loss journey? Was weight loss or exercise one of those 2021 resolutions that you made? Did you do it last year? And if you did, how did you do by the end of this year? Where are you at? What do you want to do? And if you're somebody who doesn't want to or doesn't need to lose any weight, listen, we're gonna have plenty of other topics here. Tuesdays, health and fitness. So anyway, I know there were no specifics today. I just wanted to let you know in general how I lost the weight, what I'm going to be using, which is exactly the same method to continue forward and hopefully reach my goal. Yep. Now, if you have something that you're doing that's currently working, let us know in the comments. Share it, girlfriend. We need to know. I'm going to run and get ready. I have some errands to do today, but I appreciate you joining me, and I hope to see you next Tuesday as we go over what my progress has been, and maybe you'll share some of your progress as well. You know, all I want to do is just live a life sprinkled with sparkle.